Of course, we're going to move on to topic number 9, and boy, has this come up fast. F1 racing coming back to the U.S., to Austin, Texas, Brandon, after not having it last year because of the pandemic. There was a limited schedule last year for last season for F1. So now it's coming back here in 2021, and F1 racing fans in the United States got to be pumped that this is about to happen.
Yeah, well, hey, we've had a couple of shows that were F1 light where we only had one F1 topic. This week we're F1 heavy. This is our third F1 topic. So, hey, F1 fans, give us a subscribe, give us a like here at Comeback Sports. We need you, man. But yeah, I am super excited for the United States Grand Prix, and it's not this weekend, it's the weekend following. So we're doing a preview of it. So, we can be talking about it for a couple of weeks now because it's going to be an exciting race. And I think it's also going to be a championship contending race and have big ramifications in the championship. I think, Mercedes is going to have to do anything they can to push Lewis Hamilton to the front to win the United States Grand Prix. But the good thing for them is they have a great car to go around the track at Austin, at COTA, the Circuit of the Americas, which is, man, what a great name for that track. I love saying COTA. I love saying Circuit of the Americas. It just sounds sweet. But yeah, I think the Mercedes car is suited for this track. I do think, though, that the Red Bull is obviously the best car on the track this year. Undoubtedly, with the amount of laps that Max Verstappen has led compared to the field, it is just astonishing. Max Verstappen has led like 433 laps or something like that. The rest of the field combined has only led like 469. So just think about that. Undoubtedly, the most dominant car in the field this year is the Red Bull. So I also think the Red Bull is going to be suited to go around this track. So I do think you're going to see an amazing battle between the top teams and the top two drivers of Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. I've still got to go with Lewis Hamilton here, picking him to win the United States Grand Prix and bounce back after his P5 showing in Turkey. If there's anybody that shows great form and bounces back, it is Lewis Hamilton, the king of F1. And I think he is going to come here to the United States and put on a show for the fans in Formula One at the Circuit of the Americas. But it is great to have F1 back here in America after the pandemic shutdown. We unfortunately had our race removed from the calendar there in 2020. So to have the calendar come back to Texas and get our Grand Prix back at Austin is an amazing thing, an exciting thing. And then obviously in 2022, we're going to have two Grand Prix here in the United States, with the United States Grand Prix and then also the Miami Grand Prix. So exciting times if you're a Formula One fan here in America.
Yeah, this is going to be great. First of all, Austin is an awesome city. If you haven't been, folks, you want to go out somewhere, go on Rainy Street. It's a blast. But yeah, it's great that they're coming back to Austin, Texas, which is kind of, in the middle of the country. It's certainly a college football town too. You might be able to do a Longhorns game. Not sure if they're home that weekend. Longhorns game, then go to F1 on Sunday. That would be a pretty sweet weekend if you're a sports fan down in Austin, Texas. But yeah, you're right. And I think the biggest thing too is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first race since both Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton took their engine penalties. Now they both have those out of the way, and now they're gearing up for this one. So this is kind of that first one where they can kind of both go full bore in this race, as they try to lap each other in the standings. So that's going to be exciting as well. But like you mentioned, F1 fans haven't seen a race in person since 2019. So it's been 2 years. So anybody who's an F1 fan in America is going to be pumped to go see this in Austin, Texas. And it's just, we're going to talk about this in the next topic as well, but it's just kind of giving us a feel of getting back to normal. Things aren't still totally normal in sports right now. We got to provide vaccine verification at some arenas and so forth. And some professional athletes don't want to get the vaccine. That's a whole nother topic, although we have discussed it here ad nauseum. But this is a return to normalcy, getting F1 back here in America, Austin, Texas. Great setting for this. There's going to be a lot of college fans there. It's a great city. Awesome that they're having F1.
Yeah, it's amazing to have F1 back here in America and back in Austin, Texas. And, a couple of teams that do amazing things when they come to the United States Grand Prix is Red Bull. they usually will do something with their drivers to promote their team, and it's something awesome. I remember a few years back, Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo went to a local high school football team, and they suited up and they went through some football drills together. So that was exciting to see. I believe that was in, 2018 or 2017. And so they always do something. Daniel Ricciardo is always dressing up in cowboy hat and cowboy boots. And so I think this year with him and Lando on McLaren, I'm also expecting McLaren to do some exciting stuff for the United States Grand Prix. But a lot of these drivers love coming here to the United States. Like I said, number one, Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton, they always talk about how they love coming here with the United States fans and just spending extra time here in the States. So I think this is going to be an exciting race for us fans here all across the world, but definitely for the fans of F1 here in the United States to have F1 back at Austin. And then obviously, like I said, it's just a setup, baby, to have the two of them next year, having the United States Grand Prix in Austin and then the Miami Grand Prix as well. So this is just a little teaser of having F1 here back in the United States. But boy, are we excited for the United States Grand Prix in the next couple of weeks. But let's move on to our final topic of the night, topic number 10.